Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Medieval Commentary, Part 7.
More pumpkins.
Yep, well this
Pumpkin
is...
serpent.
Yep,
It's a pumpkin serpent. There you go, pumpkin serpent.
the Gargoyle called it the Pumpkin King, so I was saying that...
The hell? Got an ad on our video?
Yeah, well, because some of the music here is actually has copyright to it.
Oh.
But it's not that big of a deal, though.
It was like a Google ad or something like that.
I got myself a Fios ad. It's a different ad for every single person who watches it, dude. It's not the same one.
Whatever. It's the first time I've ever seen an ad on one of our videos.
Yeah, well, if we ever become YouTube partners, I would expect that.
Yeah, but I don't mind it then.
Yeah. The whole objective in this area before you fight the pumpkin serpent is that you need to destroy all these pumpkin sacks everywhere in order for it to, I guess, wake up or something like that. And I talked to the pumpkin witch.
I'm like a mother to those pumpkins. I give them all the love and care a young fruit could ever ask for. From the moment they first push a shoot above the soil, right up until their heads are cut off and eaten.
Gosh, she's pretty sick if she likes to see her children get eaten.
Causing mischief. That nasty old big pumpkin has a bad influence on the young seedlings. If you teach him a lesson in manners, I might give you a nice present.
And that present will come in handy. But yeah, like I said, the whole point of this level right here is to find these pod sacks right here, and then we have to destroy them. I think there's like 9 of them in this level. This is actually a pretty short level. So it technically is a boss. Kind of like with the whole mausoleum thing back in part 2. Find it funny how the pumpkins make all these little bouncing noises when they freaking are bouncing around, like boom.
I was just thinking of that.
Boom, 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 boom.
In a way, they kind of look like the pumpkins from Viva Pinata.
You know, I never really played Viva Pinata for that long, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I don't know them either. I just know that the pumpkin from Viva Pinata is in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, so I know it from there.
Even when we don't want to talk about the game, it's still being mentioned.
Well, it's at the beginning where Log turns you into that pumpkin.
Log turns you into a pumpkin?
Yeah, either you or Grunty turns one of you into a pumpkin. And it's the pumpkin from Viva Pinata.
I don't remember that.
It's at the very beginning of the game. When you're still fat.
I don't remember that.
No.
All I remember is that them being turned skinny, and then Grunty got her robotic body. That's all I remember.
Yeah, before he does that to them, he turns them into that because they're arguing or something like that, and then he turns them back because there'd be no point for a game if they look like that, so he turns them back.
I don't remember. I don't think that happened to me.
It had to have happened. It was part of the cutscene. The beginning cutscene had to have happened.
I don't know, dude. I don't remember it. And usually I have good memory of that stuff.
Yeah, but trust me, it happened.
Oh well, anyway. Took the last pod and now I fight the Pumpkin Serpent. Or the Pumpkin King, whatever the hell you want to call it. This thing has a lot of health to it. But it's no problem whatsoever as long as you get the spears or any type of long range weapon, you're good. But first you want to use these chests here because these chests contain these little bombs. They do a little substantial amount of damage to it. But you want to take the spear, and the spear does a lot of damage. Damn it, no. Aim at the... I hate it. Sometimes the aiming cursor will aim at the tentacles instead of the vines instead of the pumpkin itself.
Looks like a cheeseburger.
You know, it's funny. I was watching this one LP group, and yeah, they did the same thing too. It says it looks like a cheeseburger. Looks like a Big Mac. But killing the Pumpkin King has now brought back life to this area because the Pumpkin King was sucking up all the water and resources out of this area. And by killing it, we saved nature.
Boo.
Woohoo.
Screw nature, just give me bacon.
Yeah, well, pigs are part of nature, and without your pigs, you have no bacon.
Okay. Touche.
Ugh. Filling my health, filling my health. And now since we killed the Pumpkin King, actually that well that's was to the right of me a second ago, we can actually go down there now, and that's where the chalice is, but I didn't kill enough of these enemies, so I need to go back and, you know, head dump it. There we go. That's enough, Ethan. Just go for the damn chalice now.
Do it. Do it.
As much as I like to kill more fruit, got sick and tired of pumpkins.
A most edifying spectacle, sir. Man and vegetable in a magnificent duel to the death.
Do it. Do it.
Never wanted
Do it.
more.
Do it.
Here,
Do it.
have this lovely dragon gem as your reward. Oh, lovely majestic creatures dragons are.
Not this dragon. And we got the Chaos Emerald.
It's the missing Chaos Emerald from Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
Yeah, but it's a very dull looking Chaos Emerald, that's for sure.
It's just old. It's been stuffed up her vagina for a long time.
Jesus Christ, Chris. I wasn't thinking
It's a
of
pumpkin.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that hard about it. I know it's a pumpkin, but still. God, Chris.
That's the title of the video right there.
What, God, Chris?
No. Never mind.
What, pumpkin vag? Is that what you want to call this video? Pumpkin vag?
You can call this video whatever you want to call it, Ethan.
Like I have.
You can call it stairs for all I care.
You know what? I'm gonna call it stairs. As you said it, I'm just gonna call it stairs. Stairs. Has nothing to do with the game. Has nothing to
Medieval
do
Part
with
7. Stairs.
Yeah, no, Part 7. Stairs.
I, Ravenhooves, last prince of the centaurs, have not galloped the earth in over 10,000 years.
Yes.
Well, with the dragon gem, what it does is that there's another dragon gem, and what you do is that in this one level, you take it to this one area, and then you'll acquire the dragon armor.
The option of flaming arrows, it is truly the weapon
And the
of
dragon
the
armor is kind of necessary to continue on with the story, but yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, never mind.
Congratulations. You don't
I was trying
quite
to think
have
of some point where you
Mr.
don't need it, but
John
I
Conway
remember there's a
yet.
point where you
But
do
there's
need it
hope for you
because
yet.
you need to cross this fire, this fire pit, and the only way to do it is to have the dragon armor. But we just ran into Ravenhooves, and he gave us his longbow, and there'll be two other variations of the longbow, which is the fire longbow and the magic longbow. It does a good amount of damage like the spear, but not as much. But it does have better range though. And the ammo count for it doesn't cost a
fuck?
lot.
The hell?
What?
iMovie just decided to open by itself.
That's creepy.
I wasn't even touching my computer. That's weird.
Maybe it wants you to edit. Maybe it wants you to edit Portal 2.
Oh yeah, I do have a lot of editing to do with Portal 2.
Yep.
Like 2 hours of editing to do.
I still need to put up the ROS to Portal 1.
I still got to put up part 3 of Portal 2. I mean, that's been done for a while. I haven't uploaded it yet.
Oh.
Jeez, it's creepy.
Yep. Well now, well actually, this is the village that was actually in the beginning of the game. That got hypnotized by Zarok. And now we're
I don't
finally.
remember that.
You weren't paying attention.
Poor village
Was it part 2?
It was part 1.
Oh, I just have bad memory then.
Yes, you do, my friend. But the Sleeping Village, we are introduced to a new type of gameplay mechanic that, well, not gameplay mechanic, but new concept of the whole chalice collecting thing. Because as you can see, the chalice is already up 59%.
It's not high enough, damn it. I want to go back to the Hall of Heroes, where there's those douchebags who think that you're an asshole for being the hero. Which is true.
The reason why it's 59% is because of these villagers. The whole gimmick of this area is that you can't let any of the villagers die. If you let one of the villagers die, and your chalice goes underneath 59%, you cannot collect the chalice later. Because there will be enemies that will appear later that you will kill to gain more chalice, but there won't be enough for you to kill them. Well, that's not true. I think you can let one die, but that's it. These villagers will attack you, but you don't want to attack them back, or else you'll lose chalice percentage.
How come it's always like when a game gives you some kind of thing you could do to boost a little, you always just abuse it?
Like, what do you mean?
You have to.
Like how you were just abusing the boost or whatever, what you just did.
Well, why not? I mean, if it
I
allows...
mean, I do it too. I do it too. Like in Jack and Daxter, the roll jump.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if they give you some sort of mechanic to work with that speeds your progress faster, it's like, why not?
Yeah, it's just funny that people always do that. I mean, I do it too. I'm guilty of it too. I'm just saying, it's funny.
Yeah, well, it's just like the equivalent of when people play Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or hell, any of the Zelda games, they always roll.
Uh-huh.
Any of the 3D Zelda games, they roll. Shit, don't fall in the water, don't fall in the water, okay. You want to be careful of this guy right here, because this guy is the one that'll screw you over the most. Because he's the idiot that will fall into the water and drown. The little ones that are inside the village, they're pretty smart. They won't go outside of their boundaries. But that guy, he'll fall into the water. So you want to make sure that, you keep him close to the wall as possible. If you have to hug the wall, then hug the wall. But,
What happens if he falls? I mean, what happens if he drowns?
well, you lose challenge percentage. And like I said, I can't remember, but I think you can't let anybody die because there will be enemies that we will need to fight later in order for your chalice to go up. But if you let one of these villagers die, it's not, even if you kill all the enemies in the area, that's excluding the villagers, these new enemies that we'll encounter in a bit, it won't be enough for you to reach 100% so you can collect the chalice.
Oh.
But the
Can you jump?
Yeah, of course you can jump. I mean, I have been doing it for the longest time.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, bloody weather.
Yeah, you're gonna need to jump in order to do the platforming in this game. I don't understand why.
That's true.
Jump, you bastard.
But I mean, then
Jump.
games like Zelda, like Ocarina of Time, it's a platform game. You can't jump. I mean, you can, but you don't control it. You just run off on edge and it jumps for you.
Yeah, which I have no problem with.
Yeah, me either. I'm just saying. I was wondering if this is like one of those games.
No, it's not. You have the jump button. But what we're doing in the Sleepy Village right now is that we're looking for this certain artifact that's at the mayor's house. But unfortunately, the gate to the mayor's house is actually closed, and there's actually a key that we need in order to get into a safe that's in his house, and it's in the church. But the only way to go behind the secret door of the church is to make a new crucifix.
Really?
Yeah.
Make a new crucifix out of what?
We're going to make it out of that statue that's on the top right corner of the screen, or actually the top left, I'm saying right now. But yeah, the bust that's on top of that that pillar right there, that's where you're going to make it out of.
Alright. Can't just make it out of wood or something?
Not too sure, but if there was actually some wood that we can work with other than these wooden barrels, but they expect you to use the bus that's on top of there. And did I hit the switch? No, there we go. yeah, we're gonna make it out of this bust right here. Landlord's bust. I mean, we could try to make it out of these rats, but it'd be very brutal. And now we are introduced to the enemies of this stage.
Are they bats?
No, they're not bats. They're actually men with guns.
They're furnaces with guns.
Yep.
They look like furnaces.
I'm pretty sure that's the whole point, Chris.
Oh.
Russian furnaces, to let you know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but these guys, they're not too much of a pain in the ass, especially when you have your sword enchanted and you have the long range weaponry like I have. They're not really that big of an issue, but they can do a submittal amount of damage to you, so you want to be careful.
This is a PlayStation 1 game?
Yeah, this is like the second time you asked this, and yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yay for the PlayStation 1. It's actually pretty good for a PlayStation 1 game from what I'm seeing.
I know, that's why I keep questioning myself. It's like,
It seems like a PlayStation 2 kind of game.
Exactly.
This is probably near the end of the PlayStation 1 time.
Yes, it actually was.
Yeah, so that's the whole reason. It was getting upgraded until eventually the PlayStation 2 finally came out, and so that's where everything was in.
Yeah, I will admit, it does actually look nice. Well, today's standards, the graphics could be kind of dated. It still looks nice. Still does. Still. But for a PlayStation 1 game goes, but other than that, yeah, I can understand if you're mistaking it for a PlayStation 2 game, but no, this game's actually PlayStation 1. It came out in like 1998, and the sequel came out in 2000, 1 year before the
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you actually playing like the PlayStation 1 disc, or is this like a online like thing?
PlayStation 1 disc, dude.
Oh.
Well, I'm getting a water.
Okay, go ahead. And Chris, that's the second time you asked that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I've got to admit, Chris, you have a bad memory.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll tell you one thing, dude. You did ask about that, too.
I don't remember. Whatever. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I didn't, but I just don't remember.
Yeah, that's okay.
Whatever. I'm still cool.
I'm still awesome.
Yeah. I made a burger at Denny's, and like you get to, because you have to like customize your own burger, and you get to name it. I named it Mr. Awesome Burger.
And your savior has returned.
Well.
Although
Damn.
savior's a pretty big thing. I think maybe comrade or asshole would suffice.
You're a little far from being a savior. Wouldn't it be better if I'm no bad if I'm a participant? Well, we're finally at the mayor's house, and I unlocked the gate where we have to go, and those guys won't be big of an issue. But before we leave, we need to get the shadow artifact, which is the main reason why Zarok sent his guards over here, is to retrieve the shadow artifact. And we've got it. You know, these furnace men aren't really annoying, but in the remake for the PSP, they do get kind of annoying only because they can shoot fire out of their chests.
For a second there, I thought you'd say fire out of their ass.
I wouldn't have been surprised, since this game doesn't really take itself too seriously. Would have been a funny sight to see.
That's more of a Conker's Bad Fur Day thing, though.
Yeah, but still, this game's like...
This game's kind of like Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Nah, I wouldn't go too far with its parody as Conker. Conker was like full-on parody. This game,
Yeah, you're right.
it's funny, but it doesn't try to take itself too seriously as well, too. I mean, the comedy and the seriousness, it has a nice balance to it.
Whereas Conker is just comedy.
Yeah, Conker's just full-on comedy, just breaking the fourth wall and everything like that.
Quit.
What would you
breaking
consider
the fourth wall,
Banjo-Kazooie?
you asshole.
Huh?
What would you consider Banjo-Kazooie?
Banjo-Kazooie, I think, is a lighthearted platformer.
Yeah. It's got some comedy in it.
Yep, and this is the book that tells what Zarok is. Capture a greedy town mayor, take him to this tavern, give him a good going, retrieve the shadow artifact, and bring him back something nice.
Give the fat boy a good going over. What
Yeah,
do I get?
yeah, it's the mayor. The mayor in here is different from the mayor in the remake because the mayor in here is more intelligent. He's more of an intelligent type of mayor, except for the PSP remake where he's kind of the fat sadistic mayor where you can easily buy him over with a pie. But yeah,